This
to our team,
conference
right?
will now be recorded.
Exactly. So the deployment process will be taken care by us. So we do not bother about the code level, but we sit with the developers. Sometimes, we sit with the developers and we try to understand the code. Sometimes we try to understand the logic, what they're trying to write. It's if necessary. It's not a mandatory.
Uh,
Okay.
okay.
And again, I believe I did not show you how can we push your repository to your local machine. Did I show that? I think we tried to talking on boards still.
Yeah, we are discussing on boards. Ashwin.
Okay, so let's move ahead. User ID, password. So to have my repository creation, what I need to do, I need to go with my DevOps organization. So we saw yesterday how can you create an organization, what is the organization, all those stuff. So I clicked on the link to get into my organization. So the default directory, yeah. So one main thing, guys, again I forgot to tell you about this one. So here we need to create a CI/CD pipelines. Okay. So when you try to create a CI/CD pipelines in here, so generally why you try to create those pipelines to execute those pipelines so that you can pull your code or or you can read the code which is held in your repository level and you can deploy that with respective web applications, all those things in here. So in generally earlier you have the people who are in free trial account, they have been provided access to run your pipelines, but nowadays that has been restricted. So you people cannot run your pipelines. So then you may be wondering how can we practice. So don't worry about that. So what you have to do is like you have to send out an email to your Microsoft team so that they can provide you access. So what you have to mention is like you have to mention your name and your organization name, what you have in here. Okay, so let me pull my email which I sent earlier. Just give me 1 minute. Sent items. Yeah, this one. So see here guys, this is like I have been sent out with for my subscription when I'm using my free trial. Okay, it's very long back one. So this is what we have to say. So this is your the email that you have to send out to the people. So I'm going to provide that in the chat box in here to everyone. Okay, so this is the one where you have to go ahead and you have to send out to the email to my Microsoft people. This is for AZ pipeline. I'm free tire at data Microsoft.com. So okay, if you send this here, what will happen actually? So they'll try to provide you the access for your name and the organization what you're trying to use in here. Okay, so see here my organization is like what something ending with 020, so the same thing, and my name with respect to my default directory is Sham Kumar. So go with the default directory name only. Sometimes you may be having some other name with your account, Microsoft account. So go with the default directory, see what the name you have in here, and provide your organization details to your teams in here, so that you people can get the access to run your CI/CD pipelines. Okay, please don't wait for this. Go ahead and do it right after class, so that you may be getting a reply back. Maybe in a couple of days, or sometimes they may take a 5 days or 1 week, at maybe sometimes to get the response back in here. So once you get the response saying that yes, it's been granted, then only you can run your pipelines, or else you will not be able to do that particular part. Okay, so since now we are just in initial stages, try to go ahead and try to or try to push your email to your Microsoft people so that you can get your access to run the things in here. Everybody understood? Any questions, guys? So if you without access, if you try to run, you'll be getting a parallel run grant error. Uh, Parallel run grant error in here. So that the error will be something little bit different. It doesn't say that you don't have permission, to run the pipeline here. It will be saying that you don't have permission to have parallel runs. So you may be thinking that I am running only one in here. I'm not running multiple parallelly. I'm not running multiple pipelines in here. Then what's showing the error? So you may be wondering. So forget about the error, what you may get. So in order to avoid all those things in here, try to mention, send out an email to your Microsoft people so that you can get your things back in here again. Okay. So closing that. Now getting back again to my things here. So going to new project, and here I'm trying to create my web application private, and I'm trying to choose my Scrum. I'm sorry, create project. So this will help us to create your repository, your boards, all those things again in here. So now I'm trying to go to boards back in again. So let me try to quickly create my epic, my features, my backlog items, and all those things very quickly. So as per my things, what is this one? So something like, save the product in cart and purchase them later. This is what I have in here. So I'm assigning to Sham in here all the basic information what you want to provide, you can provide and save it. So we will discuss about all the things, each and every part in here. So go back to my home. Now I can see my feature. Sorry, I can see my epic in here. So let me list down the things one more time in here. So what is this one? My epic. I'm going to create one epic in here. Underneath my epic, under my epic, I'm trying to go with my one and my feature two in here. Under each feature, again, what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to create my backlog items. Okay, under each feature, I'll be having my own design. So design one or my design two or my design three in here. Similarly, here as well, I'll be having my own design one, my design two, and my design three in here. So under each design, I'll be again having task one, task two, task 1 and task 2, similarly task 1 and task 2, and similar case I'll be having with respect to my the second design as well, right? So these designs are nothing but called as my backlog product items in here. Okay, so these are my backlog product items. So and currently I have created my epic only. So now I would like to create two features where I'm trying to split my epic into two different things in here. So later on, I will try to create my backlog product items in here where it contains all my designs. And finally, I'll try to create my task with respect to my each designs in here. So let's go ahead. Now go ahead and try to create my feature one. So this is my feature. So as per my things, what I need to do, I am trying to save the products in cart. This is my first feature. And again, the same old thing, you can see description, acceptance criteria, discussion, started and ended, all those things. I can save it. This is my first feature. And again, I'm trying to create my one more feature in here. Purchase the items in cart. Save it. So I created one epic and I'm putting two features in here. Now what I need to do, I need to create my backlog items, right? So you can either create by using my backlog product item in here, click on this one. And as per my backlog items, what I need to create? I need to create my design one and design two. So I'm trying to create my design one for my feature one and design 1 for my feature 2 in here. That's it. I don't want to go with all other things because it's not a real things in here. So I'm going to create my feature 1 hyphen design 1. Okay, save it. And similarly, I'm trying to create one more product backlog item where this is a feature 1 hyphen design 1 hyphen here again. It's one feature 2 saved. So now if you want, you can go ahead and you can create your tasks here as well, or you can create your task within your backlogs. So where these two will be there, as you mentioned, it's a backlog. So see here, I do see my backlog for items, related option here. Click on this one. So you can see my respective backlog. See, this is my product backlog items where I have my feature 1 design, feature 2 design 1 in here. So with respect to each design, what I need my task to be created. The same thing I'm going to do in here. So you can either go in normal mode as you did earlier, similar you're creating of your epics, creating of your features, or creating of your backlog product items. Similar to that, you can also create your task, but I want to create them in my backlog so that it will be more clear for me. So under my design 1, see, I can see plus button, click on add button. Now it will open you your task in here. So this is my task 1 for what? My feature 1 and my design 1. Okay, feature 1 and, or I would say feature 1 design 1 task 1 in here. Save and close. Similarly, I can go with one more. Or if you want, you can add it one more because it's the similar kind of stuff. Remove it. Okay. This card. Let me open this one. Copy the name. Close it. Add one more. So this will be my task 2 of my same feature 1 and design 1. So 7 crores. So I'm trying to see here under my product in here, I can see when I close this one, I don't see anything in. But when I expand this one, I can see kind of flow chart. So under my each design, I have 2 tasks to be implemented. Similarly, I would like to go with my design one of my feature 2 as well. So click on plus symbol, and this is for my task 1, and this is for my feature 2. Save and close. And I'm going to add one more task 2 of my feature 2 to my same design 1 in here. So now under my F2 design 1, I have task 1 and task 2, and F1 design 1, I have task 1 and task 2. So this looks good for me. Okay. So now what I want to do, I want to view my backlog based upon designs. I want to see my board. So earlier I told you that we can see a board, right? Where we can, you can track your work set. So with respect to your boards, when you see this one, you'll be seeing with respect to your backlog item. That means based upon your designs, it may show you the boards in here. See, board 1, this is the respect board in here. See, approved, committed, done. You have in here. Okay. So you can simply approved. Yes, these designs need to be approved, started, see, committed. So see, you are trying to simply drag and drop the things in here. But nobody will try to go and try to view the board based upon your backlog. They'll try to go with the help of your task level. So how can I know where is my task in here? So see here, sprints. Sprint is the one where you can see the things, you can see the board with respect to my task level. But the problem in here is like I don't see anything scheduled yet. Why? Because within my backlogs, I have my things ready. I have my things ready in here. But see, if you see a sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, do you have any work set scheduled yet? That's what I'm saying you. No work scheduled yet in here. So what I'll do, simply push my 2 things in here to sprint 1. So when I push these 2 things in here, now go back to my sprints. See, now I can see to do, in progress, and done. Okay, so this is not required. Oh, sorry, this is not required for us. So you can do expand all, you can expand this particular part in here as you like in here. If you want, you can add a new item in here directly. So now, as per my current scenario, it's like to do means the things what you want to do in here. So this is like the list you're trying to prepare before starting your running race. It's like all the people standing in a row. So this is just yet to start, yet to do the things for you in here. So when I say in progress, in here you can see lot many things. So my development can be in progress, my testing part can be in progress, my deployment part can be in progress. So in progress means all the phases of the things can be coming into picture in here. Okay. So now to make it more clear, to add it more clear in what I'll do, I will try to add more columns in here. So how can you do that? See, you can see by clicking on my column options. So here under to do, I don't want to do anything, but under progress, I want, this is a category in here. So only 3 categories you have in here. Within my second category, I would like to add a new column saying that my development in here. So this is like you're trying to just making the changes. I don't want to make on the existing one. So under my progress, I want to add a column in here. So new column under my progress scenario. So this column name is like development in here. Click on save. So when I say now, I can say new column coming up in here. So dev in here, or you can rename this one to dev and like a dev testing or code reviewing. So you can rename that. For example, if you go back in here, I'll make this as dev in here. Okay. Um, dev environment, something like this. And this one, I'll make this your unit dev testing, something like this. And this is I'll make to my dev in here. See dev testing, and under my dev testing, I would like to go with my code reviewer. So once your things is done, I want to review. So I want to push my things to code reviewer so that you can review my code and see whether it's looking good or not. All those things in here. And under my code reviewer, again, I want to like add one more, like my QA. Now moving my things to my code QA, and I would say sir QA testing in here. So finally, I can say it's like deploy things in here. Deployment team I would add in here. So all the things. So what you're doing here: development testing, code reviewing, QA testing, deployment. All those things is in progress. So once my deployment is done, then I can say it's done in here. So all the things what you see in here comes under same category in progress. What you see in here. So this is to do. This is all your things what you see multiple category is in progress, and finally is my done. So just click on save button. Now see the difference. You can see lot many columns are available in here. So each and every specific to my things. So what I'll do, I'll start with the first task. So later on, I'll start with my second task. I'll show the second task in here. So my first task in testing, my second task is still in my development position here. So later on, I have completed my testing part and I sent to my code review in here. Now this may came to my development testing. See here, it's everything. What you're trying to do in here, you're trying to, you are trying to maintain, but you're trying to track the work set with help of this particular, the kind of small buckets what you see in here. So how can you do that? Simply left click on your mouse, hold it, drag and drop to your respective buckets. That's it. Automatically, the things can be moved. The task will go in here. So once everything is done, so you can finally move to done in here. So similarly, this also my done stage. So I can see now I don't have anything into my to-do list. My sprint one is done. So see my sprint one current running in here. So but thing is here, I did not set my dates yet. So to set my dates, you can see set dates in here. Click on your set dates. So as this is sprint one start date, suppose you think that today is the start date, and end date will be your 18th. Click on save and close. So this particular sprint will be current. This particular sprint will be current until where? Until your March 18th. Until it will be March 18th, it will be your current sprint in here. Okay. So now suppose going back to my backlogs, and now I'm trying to add my the other one into sprint 2. See, it's trying to show you now here. So this is your 11 working days you have in here. So it's a planned effort. So your sprint 1 is now currently working. There are 2 tasks in here, and this has been between 4 to 18. So now I have one more planned effort task 2 for my sprint 2. So this is not yet started. If you go to back to my sprints in here, so I can see my sprint 2 is in future, not yet started. So this particular current will move automatically after my March 18th. For example, let me go back in here again. Let me make this short. What is today's 4th, right? Okay. Let me go back. 4th, 18th. I think a previous February 18th until March 3rd. So 7 close. So that means my sprint 1 is gone. Today is what? March 4th, right? Now if you go and check it out, so it should February, March 3rd. Okay, let me refresh my page. It's still in sprint 1. So today is March 4th. So March 3rd is gone. So it should move to my second sprint automatically. This should show this current. This is current and this is as past. Something went wrong here. Why it's still showing you the same old one? Or else, let me make one way. Go to my sprint 2. Let me set the dates. See, automatically when I choose my 3 in here, automatically it pick my end date. Go and save and close. See, now based upon the things, now this is current, this is past. See, based upon the dates what you set, so it will try to take the sprint. You can automatically, you can directly plan, okay, what are the different things you want to go in here. So I have multiple things, okay, so you can go and try to drop the things within your sprints in here. So you can plan it in beforehand. All the things I think about just a plan to complete your whole requirement, to complete your whole epic in here. Okay, so once you have the things coming up automatically, your sprint 2 will be current. Later on, the sprint 3 will be current. Later on, the sprint 4 will be current in here. So based upon the things, so of course you have to set the dates for everything so that it can take the things automatically in here. For every sprint, you have to set the dates. Then only try to come up with the things in here. Okay, so based upon the sprints, what you're trying to sprint 2 or sprint 3, so automatically now it's sprint 1. So you can see what you have in sprint 1 in here. So 18 to March 2nd, and now the current is like, so March 3rd to March 15th. The sprint 3, when I try to go in here, suppose I want trying to go with my sprint 3. Sprint 3, when I try to see my set my dates in here, so it's already showing me directly to 16 in here. Why? Because my sprint 2 ends on 15th. So when I click on 16, it's directly taken to my 2 weeks, 28 directly. So that is how, see, now it's been sprint 3. So see, this is a future. Even though you made a change to my dates, it doesn't come in here because your current date doesn't match my March 16 or March between these dates in here. So your current date matches to my sprint 2. The March 4th is between my this particular range in here. But that doesn't mean this is sprint 2 will be showing you as current and this will be future. So you can go ahead and you can, you can add the date, you can set the date so that based upon that it can see what sprint you're working in as of now. At the same time, with respect to the sprint level, you can go ahead and you can choose your things in here. Okay, so this is my sprint 1, it's already there. and now sprint tool is working. So you can go ahead, drag and drop wherever you, I mean, what are the as per the things you have in here. So in progress, dev testing is done, my code reviewing is done, and one now is in dev testing, QA testing, now is the code review, deploy, going to deploy, and finally to my done part in here. Similarly, you can directly drag and drop in, as not a problem, or you can drag backwards, also not a problem. So it's like your tracking purpose. So you can open your task from here directly, and you can see what are the comments or what are the discussions you happened with respect to things, what are comments you have maintained in here. So each and every point can be shown or can be seen with respect to my, with respect to my things, so with this particular task in here. So if you do not mention any discussion, or if you do not don't have any points in here, then he may be or she may be pointing you what is the status of your current task, what you're having in here. Understood, right? So this is how your tracking can be done with the employee work set. So now what I will do is, like, if you go back to my backlogs, I can see, only my designs, and I can see my task in here. Suppose I want to see, okay, this F1 design one belongs to which feature. This is just name is I mentioned like F1, but it's not the feature here. This is a backlog product item in here, product backlog item in here. So which feature does it belongs to this one? So how can I connect that? So for that is what you do, go to my work items, open your feature one. Where is the feature one? Yeah, this is a feature one here. So feature one, design one, I would like to link to that what? Save the products in cart. This is a design feature one. This is my feature two. So click on my save the links to the product in here. Scroll down at the bottom, you can see add link. Just click on that one. You can say existing item. So this is the feature, and you want to link as a child, something as a child in here. So what is it? So where is your child now? My child is what? F1. I can see my where is that? Yeah, see F1 and design one. So click on this. So this one will be child to my first feature. Similarly, if you have more designs, you can choose the other designs in here only. So as of now, I have only one design per feature, but if you have more designs, you can choose from this particular list what you see in here. Okay, so this particular feature is what is nothing but it's like my child to my feature one in here. So click on OK. So I can see child design has been added in here. So go back to my backlogs now, or let me add the other feature as well. Sorry, save it, save changes. So let me open my second feature, and let me try to link my other things, other feature design what I have in here. So again, go to the same add link, existing item. So again, something should be child in here. What is that? Now I'm trying to go with my feature 2 design 1. So this will be my child to my this particular feature what you see, purchase the item in cart in here. Click on OK and save it. So now I'm trying to link my features to my designs or to my backlog, product backlog items in here. So to view more clearly, go to the backlogs. Now you are trying to view with the help of what? With the from your design level, from your backlog product items in here. But if you want to from your feature level, then what you have to do is like, see this drop down list you have in here. Click on this drop down list. I can see features. Just click on features in here. So now it is showing you the flow chart based upon your features in here. Just expand this one. I can see my F1 design one. Expand this one. I can see my task one and task two for my feature one design one in here. Similarly, expand feature two design one. Expand. I can see two the tasks under my design sense. It's like a kind of a flow chart. So feature, product backlog, and my respective task. Feature, product backlog, and my respective task in here. But now the question is, for which epic these two features are being related. So now I should have two childs. This is one of the child. The other feature is my second child in here for my epic. So let's try to do the same old stuff again. Go back to my work items. Now open your Epic, scroll down, click on your add link, say exist among item. Now there's something should be child in here for my Epic. What is that? My feature 2, at the same time my feature, or no, whatever the features, the two features in here. So these two features I'm trying to choose one after one, and these two will be child to my main Epic in here. So just click on OK. It's done. Now go back to my backlogs again. Yeah, save it. Now I want to view with the help of my Epic. So how can you view that? So currently within my drop down list, I can see featured and I can see backlog items only. I do not see my Epic in here. To add Epics in the list, see, go and click on the settings tab in here. So this Epic by default you not enable. Click on Epic, save and close. Yeah, now still I don't see. Let me go back. Sometimes doesn't save properly. Save and close. Yeah, now I can see Epic. Click on Epic. So I can see one Epic now in here. Under Epic, I can see two features. Under each feature, I'll be having own designs. Under each design, I'll be having own task. So this is how you can link. You can see all the things in here. Okay. So this is very important, guys. How can you link? How can I know which feature belongs to which, Epic in here, or which designs belongs to which feature in here, or which task belongs to which designs in here. So when I talk about my feature one design task two, so this belongs to my F1 design one, and this belongs to my save the production card feature, and this belongs to my save the production card and purchase them later Epic in here. So this helps us, to this helps us to, if you want to create more epics, one you can directly go on. Sorry, the features, you can create more features in your directly by adding your lesson, because you are an epic. When you try to go click on feature, you try to create more backlog items in here. Okay. So similarly, when your product backlog, you can create your add task. So adding a task in there. So you can do it again in here if you want to go more. So it's an alternative way to create the things for you in here. Okay. So this is the way how can you link the things. This is the way how can you go with your sprint level things in here. Understood? So any questions, guys, up to this level? Okay. So with this, we have completed your Azure boards concept. Okay. So now this is Azure board concept just for your understanding purpose. It's not really a part of your Azure Devops. Just for understanding purpose, and if you have get a chance in your real-time environment to create the things or to act like a Scrum Master, then you should be able to do all those things in your linking part, your sprints, setting the dates, and all those things. So that's the reason being we had this concept in here. But now let's dive into the actual one, Azure repository. So till now you saw like GitHub repository, and you were able to get all the things with respect to my GitHub. When you're pushing your code, pulling the code from there, everything. But now what I want to do, I want to get into my Azure repository in here. So my repository is already created in here for me. Go back to my repository. So this is your empty. See, saying that web application is empty in here. So add some code if you want. So how can you do that? See here, you can see the list of the tools where you can use to clone the repository to your local machine. So I can see Android Studio, some Cilion and Data Grip, Eclipse. All these things are useful, same purpose only. But among this one, by what it will be showing by default is your VS Code, Visual Studio Code, because this particular tool belongs to your Microsoft. Okay. So, and again, with the real time as well, most of us will be using the Visual Studio Code only. So you can either open your Visual Studio Code beforehand and copy the URL and put it over there, or else you can directly click on your clone in your Visual Studio Code. It'll try to open your Visual Studio Code automatically. So let's go with the first one in here. Just copying the URL, copy it to my clipboard. And here you already have your Visual Studio Code, what to say, installed within your system in here. So Visual Studio Code, click on open or click on with my new window. So it will go ahead and it will open with a new window in here. That's a new window you can see in here. I think two windows got open. Let me close one. So now this is my Visual Studio Code. Now what you do, go to the list. So you can either go to the list in here, or you can see here when you go to the list in here, you can see something like clone your repository, or go to my source controller. Even in here you can see a clone repository. Okay, this is taking a little bit time to come up, but after some time this will be open up for us. So I believe internally it's trying to boot your thing, starting up your application in here. Okay, so once this particular clone repository has been activated, you can go ahead and you can, what you do, you can paste the URL what you see from your repository level in here. So what you have in here, so there's a repository. I'm trying to go ahead and copy my, the URL what I have in here. This is HTTP. So go ahead and try to, still under process. Not sure why. So it's a little bit slow. Yeah, now I can see my, in either of the way I can see my clone repository has been activated. So you can choose any of the one. Just click on your clone repository. I can see my things coming up in here automatically. So provide the repository URL or pick the repository source. So you can choose a repository, you can provide the link in here and just hit on enter. So once you hit on enter, what does it do? It goes to my remote registry. As per my link what I have provided, it goes to my repository in here, and it says that okay, this is my empty. I can see this particular part is empty. So now what it do, whatever you have in here, whatever you have within your empty folder, I would like to copy. Just at least even a folder I need to have in here, empty folder. I would like to copy that empty folder and I want to clone that into my local system. So it went on, copied my empty folder, what are the folder you have, it copied, and it's asking me where do you want to paste it, or in the sense where do you want to clone the things in here. So for that you have to provide the path. So my repos, I want to paste my, or I want to clone my remote Azure repository to my local machine here. See, it's trying to cloning git repository means it's trying to copy what are the folder you have in your web app folder. It'll try to copy my empty folder and it's trying to paste that within my local machine here. So it just got created 9:18 a.m. in the morning on March 4th. So when you get into it, I don't see anything here. It's empty folder. Similarly, even in my Visual Studio Code as well. So it's completed. Do you want to open a new window? Yes, please do that for me. And I would like to close my earlier window is not really required anymore. Just trying to open the same repository what you have in your local system, but it's trying to open in your Visual Studio Code. You see, I can see my web app folder got created successfully in here. So now what I will do, as we already knew that you can either create your files within your Azure, Visual Studio Code in here, or you can create your files within your local machine as well. Either of the cases is okay, not a problem. So go ahead, right click, and try to create a empty file. So a sort of dummy file in here. So I would say it's a sample file in here. Double click on it and say that okay, this is a sample file. just a sample file. Go ahead and save it and close it. So I have created one sample file in here, and inside that I wrote some kind of content. So if you go back to my Visual Studio Code in here, see now within my source list, I should able to see my same, or the sample.txt in here. So click on this one. I can see now this is a sample file. Okay, so I can see the content what you have mentioned. At the same time, if you want to add more, you can either go to my what you say go to my local machine, double click on it, add more contents in here, or you can add it here as not a problem. So this is a sample file from my local machine and my Visual um, Studio Code tool, something like this. So I'm trying to go and click on Control S. I'm trying to save it, or you can go and say save. So once you do it, even the same thing will be reflected. Just refresh once, you will be reflected in here as well. See, I can see local machine and as well your Visual Studio Code in here. Okay, so either of the way, whatever where you want to create a file, where you want to update things, in either of the way, you can add your add your content in here, not a problem at all. So now what next? So I want to push my sample.txt to my repository. So again, the same steps what you followed earlier when you have your code within your GitHub, or when you're trying to push your code from GitHub in here. So what are the steps? Go to my source control in here. So I want to commit this one first, and then I want to push it. So to commit it, I need to provide my comments in here. So I'm trying to go send that code added tick mark to commit. Do you want to complete it, commit all directly? Yes, please do that. And later on, finally say push. So once you say push, now automatically when you refresh your page, I should be able to see my new file coming up within my repository level in here. So sample.txt. Okay, so in this again I can see now this is a sample file from local machine and my Visual Studio Code. Okay, so I want to I want to make some changes within my repository level. So you have also done the same thing within your GitHub. So you made some changes and you say that commit changes, and then you again pull the things from your remote location to my local machine again back. The similar way here as well. Here click on edit button, and you can say that second line added in my Azure cloud in here, Azure cloud in here. Simply say commit and commit in here. So it's been saved. So now what I want to do within my local machine, I don't have this particular copy. If you go back in here, refresh again one more time, when you double click on this one, so you can see the same old stuff. You don't see the updated one in here. So if you want to see the updated, what you have to do, you have to pull it. So to pull it, go to the source control again, 3 dots, say pull. So it's trying to pull your main current status of your code file what you haven't seen. Now I can see my second line has been completed coming into my local system, and in within my this particular local level as well in normal mode I can see my the same thing. Second line added my Azure code. So I'm trying to sync. I'm trying to make the things to be synced between my local system and my the cloud level in here. So you're trying to follow the same steps with respect to my GitHub and with respect to my Azure repository only. So only thing what got changed in here, the thing is got changed nothing but your URL. So the URL for your GitHub will be different, and the URL with respect to my with respect to my repository will be different. Whatever the URL, I don't care. You want to pull from my from GitHub, I'll pull it. Do you want to pull from my Azure repository? I'll pull it. So your Visual Studio Code is a common platform for all kind of things in here. Just provide me the URL, or just provide me the or when I say clone in here, just provide me the URL from where you want to clone it. I'll try to go and clone it in here for you. not a problem for me at all. Okay, so this is how you can go ahead and you can clone it, and you can, or you can add more files, or you can push your code. Similarly, you can also pull your code in here. That is the how you can go and do the things with respect to my repository. And coming back to my repository in here, so see here again, as I told you earlier with respect to my GitHub, even in my GitHub, sorry, Azure repository as well, it will try to maintain each and every commit what you're trying to push to my Azure. So see here, go to my history. So till now I have two things in here. Code added is one version, updated sample.txt is another version. So if you want to compare, so you have the option here, compare. So I want to compare my previous with my head is the current one. So current one, I can see the green color is my difference between my previous and my current one in here. So I can see my new line will be added in here. Okay, if you want to, okay, if you want to go and download the older code and replace that, I mean, I want to put this particular code again. No problem. See here, you have a browse files. You can see the file in here. You can go ahead and you can download if you want. Download it, copy the code, place it in your, what to say, download the code. So now in this particular code, what we have, open, I can see my older version of my code in here. So copy this code and put it in your, put it in your Visual Studio Code in the sample file in here. Remove the total one, copy the older one, and push it. So automatically, I'll be seeing my again the old code coming up in my repository level in here. Okay, so I can see my contents, I can see my history. Okay, I can see here that the older one is been downloaded. So I think it's been removed. It was downloaded. Once downloaded, it's been removed. Yeah, I can see my both only one version you have in here. Okay, since you downloaded, then it will be automatically removed in here. Okay, but anyway, we don't need to go with such a kind of things in here. But mostly, let me refresh. Mhm. So if you download the things, then things will be removed here automatically. So now you can see only the current version of the things what you have in here. So let me download this as well. Let me see what will happen. Go to my browse files, go and download it. So it should have at least one copy. I'm trying to see that one. Yeah, let's have one copy. Even that will, I just downloaded it. I didn't delete that award. It should not go the other copy. It should maintain everything in here. I just downloaded, but I did not delete it somehow. It went away, but not a problem. Generally, you can see all the versions within your history level in here. You can go and download any kind of version in here, and you can again it's a refresh part. You can again push your things back to my repository in here. So that's how you can do it.
Shyam, sorry to interrupt you. So once
Yeah, yeah.
once select that branch drop down there.
Sorry.
Uh, branch drop down. I mean, above to that sample.txt is there, right? Sample.txt above that there is one drop down. No, not that one. Little right side. Yeah,
Okay,
above to that.
this one. This
Yeah.
one.
Select that one. Huh. Okay, here. Can you select master? I mean, you are able to
By
select
default,
master.
it's master, Jitendra. If you want, you can create
Mm-hmm.
new branch. So this is similar strategy what you have with your GitHub. Um, did I talk about branches, guys? Pull request?
No.
No, right? Oh, I missed it. Okay, I'm very sorry. I'll talk about branches which in your GitHub, and again we come back here. Okay. So because branching is one of the important concept, I'm very sorry I missed that. So you can see by default you can have master branch. Similarly, you'll be having QA branch, or you will be having your test branch or dev branch. So what are these branches? Why do we require these branches in here? So how can we go and push your things to a respective branch in here? How can you add a pull request? We'll see all those things again one more time with respect to GitHub. on Monday class. So once you complete with that, again come back to my repository and you can continue with this particular part in here again. The similar branching strategy you can apply in here as well. So I can create a new branch. Here I can create my dev branch in here. So based upon my master branch, this is my master branch. I can't create any branch, empty branch in here. So you can choose the things based upon the worksite what you want to go with. You can create your branch in here automatically. So new branch, this is my dev branch and this is my master branch. So when you want to push your things in here, you can push your things directly to my dev branch event. So you see here at the bottom, I can see master. So I'll talk more guys, don't worry. So now it will be quite confusing for you. I'll go back to my GitHub again. I'll try to create the branches. I'll try to push my code to my separate branches and will try to also move my code from one branch to another branch and finally come back again to my repository. I'm very sorry I missed that. So thank you, Jitendra, for asking this question. Really helps help others to understand the things in here.
No
Okay.
problem. So basically, yeah, but actually we need basically we need to see that history also, right? Sure. So basically,
Yeah, yeah.
we have added that line of code, and we need to see that history of that actual
Yeah,
code
here
and
should have
refactor.
histories. I think I've
Mhm.
deleted. I don't know what I've done. Generally, you should see all the versions in here.
Yep,
Every
yep,
version, what
yeah,
you do, you can see every versions in here. So
yeah,
that will be.
okay,
Also, you can add some kind of retention period. It's not like I want to see very old version which has been created on the day one. If you want, you can add a retention period as well. You can delete those older versions as well if you want. Okay, we'll see. Anyway, we'll
yeah,
come back to my repository again. But let me try to complete your respective branching strategy. Let me complete with your GitHub and then we can come back in here. But yes, here you'll be seeing all the history, all the each and every version what you have. The similar to your GitHub in here as well. You have to see, you can see all the things in here. So we'll see one more time again back in. Okay. So anyway, as per our class, up to this particular class, hope you understood the way you clone, the way you add the file, the way you push back again to my repository up to my Azure level. I hope you everybody understood this particular part in here. Okay. So any
yes,
questions, guys?
Shyam, Shrikant here.
Yes, Shrikant.
Can we use IntelliJ or Eclipse instead of Visual Studio here?
We can do that, but most
Okay.
of us will be will use the same the Visual Studio Code only because it's a Microsoft tool, so it's a freeware.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll mostly will be using this particular Visual Studio Code only.
Okay, fine. Actually, it's completely actually it's completely from I mean developers use it, right, 100%. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
are not going to fill and I mean push the request. I mean it was completely build and deploy the code, right?
Deployment part in the sense like so pushing the things to my repository, moving the things to my environment level, and
Okay.
deployment part. All those things will be taken care by us.
Okay, fine, fine. But we are not going to create any code in that Visual Studio, right?
No, no, no. No.
Yeah.
We are not responsible in creating the codes in here.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, guys, then you can wind up for today. On Monday's class, I'll go back to my GitHub and we'll talk about the branching strategy and we'll come back again to my Azure repository. In here. Okay. Thank you, guys, then. Have a great day ahead and happy week. Bye bye.
thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Shyam.